Hi everyone, my name is Anya Srivastav and I'm from class 9th A, and today we're gonna do the topic factors affecting evaporation. Okay, so before we move on to our main topic, let's first understand what exactly evaporation means. So, right now you have an image on your screen and this shows you the clear-cut basic concept of evaporation. So, evaporation is the process of the conversion of a liquid into gas due to the increase in temperature, and this phenomena has the best example, that is of the sun and the ocean. Now, if we look at the image that is mentioned on our screen, so we see that we have a sun which is acting as the main heat source for the whole process, and we have the topmost layer of the ocean that is marked with the lightest shade of blue on your screens. So as you can read that it's the warm ocean surface, that means the heat of the sun can travel only to the topmost layer of the ocean or the water, and only the particles present in that topmost layer get heated up. This states that evaporation only occurs on the topmost layer. Since the particles in the topmost layer are now heated, तो वो particles से evaporate into the air and the process continues to happen. Now we're gonna move on the basic concept of us, that is the factors affecting evaporation. So we've got 4 basic factors that affect evaporation and they are really important. So let's proceed with them. Okay, so we have 4 basic factors that affect evaporation, and the first one is surface area, second one temperature, third one wind speed, and the fourth one humidity. Now, let's talk about surface area. Before starting, we have to read the definition. So, the amount of area covered by the surface of something is known as the surface area of that object. So, it is directly proportional to the rate of evaporation. How come? Because the larger the surface area of an object is gonna be, the more the rate of evaporation will be, and vice versa. मतलब जितनी कम जगह होगी उतनी कम evaporation, and जितनी ज़्यादा जगह उतनी ज़्यादा evaporation. Here we can take the example of the clothes. If they are widely spread, they're gonna dry faster, and if they're not widely spread, तो वो ज़्यादा देर में सूखेंगे. Now let's talk about the temperature, which is the second most important factor affecting the rate of evaporation. So, like the surface area, this is also directly proportional if it's going to be hotter or if the temperature is going to increase. So, the rate of evaporation is also going to increase, and vice versa. If it's going to be colder, so the rate of evaporation is also going to decrease. Here also we can take the example of clothes, that in summers clothes dry farther quickly, whereas if I talk about winters, so the clothes usually remain damp because of the low temperature in winters. Now we gotta talk about the third most important factor affecting evaporation, that is wind speed. अब जो wind speed होती है, this is basically the vapor particles move away when the wind speed increases. That means the kinetic energy between the particles, it gets activated, particles हिलना शुरू हो जाते हैं, they start moving, and that's why they produce kinetic energy, और ये kinetic energy उतनी ही ज़्यादा होती है जितनी wind speed ज़्यादा होती है. That's why we are also calling this factor of evaporation directly proportional, because जितनी ज़्यादा wind speed होगी उतनी ज़्यादा evaporation होगी, and vice versa. Now if I talk about one example of this, so as you can see on your screen that we have a hand dryer in malls and shopping malls and places. So if you place our hands below that, our wet hands will get dry quickly. Why? Because of the hot air which it releases, and this shows the best example of the wind speed. Now we're gonna move on to the last and the foremost thing or the factor which affects evaporation a lot. So जो humidity है, it is basically the amount of water vapor or small water droplets present in the air. Now, unlike all the other factors affecting the rate of evaporation, this is inversely proportional to evaporation. जिसका मतलब है जितनी ज़्यादा humidity होगी, the more the amount of humidity is going to be in the atmosphere, in the environment, the lesser the rate of evaporation is going to be, and vice versa. जितनी कम humidity होगी उतनी ज़्यादा evaporation होगी. For say, whenever we try drying our clothes in the rainy season, they never get dry, they're always damp and wet. But if we do so in the summer season, जहाँ पे हवा में नमी बहुत कम होती है, so they're gonna dry quickly, and that's the only concept of humidity. Thank you so much. Hope you understood.